to Julia's house for a study sesh when out of nowhere, I found myself flying onto the ground. I was so stunned, I didn't even see the ball that had hit me, or the fact there was a cute guy rushing over to check if I was okay. I'd scraped my hand pretty badly, but I almost didn't mind because now I was face to face with a gorgeous guy. In fact, I was so busy staring at him and blushing that I didn't even notice Julia marching towards us.
What are you two doing?
Turns out the cute guy was Callum, Julia's boyfriend. Of course, every nice thing is always hers. I'm Jenny, by the way, and that lucky girl is Julia. She's the daughter of the richest guy in town, Mr. Walsh. We're supposed to be friends, but we honestly have nothing in common. I mean, my family is pretty poor. It's not our fault, though. My dad sadly passed away, and so it's just me and my mom trying to make ends meet. Julia, on the other hand, has a silver spoon shoved down her throat. But fate still brought us together. I know it's kind of wrong, but that night, I couldn't stop thinking about Callum. He now, in fact, gave me motivation for the next study session with Bossy Julia, as maybe he would be there again. I even put on makeup and skipping on the way to her house the next day. But, well, it was all for nothing because Callum was nowhere to be seen. Instead, I had to sit and listen to Julia go on and on about her trip to Paris. I pretended that I was okay, but actually, I'd always dreamed of visiting the City of Light and gazing up at the Eiffel Tower, ever since watching Emily in Paris. Dream on, Jenny. Anyway, Julia was incessant. She loved making me look like a fool, and even said,
Aw, poor Jenny. Maybe one day you'll get to go to Paris, but until then, you can just look at all my photos.
Last year, around my birthday, she'd even shown me a fashion magazine and asked me which dress I liked best. I thought she was buying gifts for me, but instead, she showed up at my party in the exact dress I pointed out. I couldn't believe it. She just winked at me and laughed, and I seriously wanted to scream at her. Anyway, after looking at about 1 billion Paris pics, Mr. Walsh appeared. He looked happy to see us sitting so close and studying together. If only he knew the truth, but I had to pretend. I had a lot of fun with Julia and helping her study, at least for his sake. Mr. Walsh was a good friend of our family, and ever since my dad passed away, he'd been looking out for me and was even paying my school fees. I couldn't let him down. But you know what? I actually started to get excited to go over to Julia's now, as the thought of bumping into Callum again gave me butterflies. I even got myself a new hairstyle. But he was never there, and I always left feeling disappointed. Then one time after school, it started to rain dogs and cats and I had to run for it. Then suddenly, I felt an umbrella over my head. Guess what it was? Callum, coming to the rescue. It was like something out of a romantic movie. He even offered me a lift home. My heart was racing so hard. I was afraid he'd hear it. I just sat there in silence, dripping rain all over his clean car. I even caught him looking over at me a few times, and my heart felt like it was going to leap out of my chest. He pulled up at my house, so I was about to get out when he touched my arm and said,
"Can I get your number?"
I was confused. I mean, wasn't he Julia's boyfriend? He then explained that he was just hired to be her fake boyfriend so that all the flirty boys would get out of her way. Wow! I couldn't believe it. He asked me to keep it a secret as Julia would end us both if this story got out. Okay, it all made sense now. That's why he never came over to her house. I felt so happy. Over the next few days, Callum and I chatted a lot on the phone, and then eventually, he asked me out on a date. We were having so much fun, and then a familiar voice pierced the air.
Well, well, well. Isn't that my dear friend Jenny?
I felt dread rush through my whole body. Callum dropped my hand and rushed to Julia's side.
It was all her, babe. You gotta see the messages she sent. She's been flirting with me for weeks. It's pathetic.
Whoa! Was he for real? A second ago he was about to lean in for a kiss, and now he was bad-mouthing me. How could he be so two-faced? I tried to explain to Julia, but she wouldn't listen. She just called me a traitor in front of everyone and told all her friends to lock up their boyfriends in case I try it on with one of theirs next. I was devastated. Everyone was staring at me and judging me. If only I could vanish into thin air right now. And as I was thinking about where I could escape to, a guy appeared, grabbed my wrist, and pulled me away. It was Stefan, the guy who lived across the road from me. I didn't understand why he helped me, but I was so grateful that he did. He walked me home and tried to cheer me up by saying how his mom used to love our bakery so much, and that the carrot cake my mom made was his mom's fave. This made me smile, thinking back on all those happy times in our family bakery. When my dad had died, we'd had to sell it to pay off some debt, and life had become quite difficult. Luckily, Mr. Walsh was helping out, but after what just happened with Julia, I wasn't sure I'd be able to face him. The next day at school, everyone was staring at me. I couldn't even find a place to sit at lunch. What had I done? I'd ruined everything, and then it got worse. My phone beeped. It was Mr. Walsh. He said he was so disappointed in me, and that I no longer needed to come and tutor his daughter. I wanted to cry, and at the same time, I felt so much relief. But then I read on, and he said,
I'm sorry, but I can't keep my promise anymore. I'll continue to subsidize your school fees, but you'll have to figure something out for college. Good luck.
My heart plummeted. Not only had I been shunned by everyone at school and backstabbed by Callum, but now the door to college was being slammed in my face, too. I felt so sick. I just walked out of the canteen and went home. I didn't dare go to school over the next few days. I was miserable, and just when I'd given up all hope, there was a knock at my door. It was Callum. He said he was sorry for what had happened, and that he missed me so much. Then he asked me if I'd be interested in being his secret girlfriend. I was so angry. I wanted to slam the door in his face. At that exact moment, Stefan happened to walk past. Seeing me standing there with Callum, his face changed, and he immediately walked away. Oh no! I definitely couldn't let him misunderstand anything about me anymore. I chased after Stefan. I finally caught up with him and blurted out how I've been feeling. Like the whole world was against me, and that I didn't know what to do. He told me to calm down. Then we went to sit on a bench in the park as he let me confide everything in him. By the time I finished talking, I was on the verge of tears. Then he said,
Listen, Jenny, you're better than this. Don't dim to fit in with those people at your school. Good people will see you for the real you. You're strong, and you can get through anything. I know you can.
He was right. I didn't need to sink as low as Julia and her friends, and I certainly didn't need to rely on Mr. Walsh's money. So I applied for a part-time job at a coffee shop. Earning my own money felt so good. Suddenly, I felt free, and I knew everything was going to be okay. But then one day, when I was working, Julia and her gang came in. They still weren't over what happened, and in front of everyone, they brought up what I'd done to humiliate me. And they even recorded it, and I couldn't stop shaking. This was too much. That's when I threw a cup of coffee all over Julia and ran out of there. Julia shouted after me that she was going to tell my mom everything I'd done. Without a doubt, Julia really did it. She even sent my mom photos of me and Callum at the fair. And, well, my mom didn't take it well. I rushed home to try and explain after Mom yelled at me over the phone. But then I couldn't find Mom anywhere. I called her phone and a man answered. He said my mom was in a hospital after she fainted. I got to the hospital immediately and found out that she had collapsed from shock, but thankfully, she was okay. She had to stay in the rest of the day to be monitored, so I went to get us both a cup of coffee. That's when I saw him, Callum. He was in the ward next door sitting with some girl. I almost dropped the coffee out of shock. They looked close. I waited until he'd left, and then I went to ask the girl if Callum was her boyfriend. Well, turns out they'd been dating for 2 years already, so he was triple cheating. The girl deserved to know the truth, so I took a deep breath and told her everything. She was so upset, we decided to get our own back. So the girl called Callum and asked him to come back. As soon as he arrived, we confronted him and got the truth once and for all. He was hired by Julia to pretend to date me and ruin my life. Apparently, she was jealous of how much attention her dad gave me since my dad had died, and that her dad constantly compared her to me. He kept apologizing to his girlfriend, saying how much he loved her, and that he only agreed to help Julia so that he could earn some money to help pay for her medical bills. I was stunned. Callum was so apologetic and said he'd come clean about everything. He posted it on the school forum to clear my name and to everyone to see the ugly truth about Julia. And of course, when Mr. Walsh saw it, he made her come and apologize to me, and he also apologized himself and offered to pay my college fees again. Do you think I accepted his offer? Of course not. I was standing on my own feet now, and there was no going back. I didn't need anyone's help. So you might be wondering how I could afford college. Surely not on my coffee shop salary. Right! Well, after graduating high school, I realized how much I missed the bakery. That was where I truly felt happy. So I decided to study to become a pastry chef. And now my mom and I have opened a new bakery. I've never been happier. And there's one last thing I want to share. Oh, in fact, here he is.
Hey, Stefan, I've made your mom's fave. Let's go surprise her.
I couldn't stop smiling as Stefan took the carrot cake, kissed my cheek, and we headed for his car. Life is so much more simple now and sweet, and I love it. Hey friends, I'm Jessica from Pennsylvania. Please like and subscribe. I was born 2 minutes after my triplet sisters, Zoe and Dana. And even though we look alike, Zoe and Dana always made me feel different. They stuck together, wore the same outfits, and even had their own language just so they could talk about me behind my back.
Osaka, Galaga.
Kosaka Galaga Mene.
What is the deal with you two? You sound so dumb when you talk like a duck.
No, I don't. You're You're just jealous cause you're not part of our cool club.
Whatever, they were right. I hated being the odd. I think my sisters were jealous because I was prettier, taller, and smarter. And when I turned 13, I landed my first modeling gig for an international teen magazine, and we just grew more distant. They begged Mom and Dad to get them into modeling too. And my parents went out on a limb to get Zoe to walk a fashion show, but she kept throwing tantrums.
Oh my god, this color makes my eyes look small. Is this Diet Coke? No, get lost then and get me one. This makeup artist looks like a homeless person. Get me a prettier one.
It was so bad they kicked her out and she never got a call back.
I don't get it. We're dressed up better, obviously, prettier, and yet somehow you'll get all these great gigs.
Don't whine if you can't get what's mine, and I'll let you in on my secret. But you have to promise me never to tell Mom. I walk on my arms 3 times a day, every day for at least 50 minutes.
That's ridiculous. We've never seen you do that.
I won't do it in front of you, dummy. It's called a secret for a reason. Walking on hands helps me with my posture, and I walk better on the ramp.
It was a lie, of course. But my sisters were so dumb. They tried doing everything, but couldn't even land a handstand. And one time, Zoe ended up falling and crashing right into Mom's $1,000 vase, smashing it into pieces. Mom was furious, and they both ended up getting their butts grounded while I had the TV all to myself for a good 2 weeks. Absolute bliss. But after that day, they never trusted me, but I couldn't care less. And I only got more famous. One day, while working on an ad, I was a bit confused about my lines.
Excuse me, this is supposed to be a winter wear commercial, right? The lines are all wrong.
Let me see.
I turned around and saw Peyton walking in my direction. He was modeling royalty with over 10 million followers on Instagram. I was doing this commercial with him. How did I miss the memo?
Say it like this. I feel so hot when I'm wearing these. I can barely feel the cold. You try.
I feel cold. Hot. No, wait. I can get this right.
It's okay. I have that effect on girls. I'm Peyton, by the way. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Who hasn't? It's such an honor working with you.
Peyton and I absolutely nailed that winter wear ad. And our chemistry was so good, we ended up doing a lot of ads together. We started hanging out more and more and soon became good friends. The more I got to know him, the closer to him I felt.
You know, apart from good look and almost perfect body, I also happen to be an amazing singer.
Oh, how cool. I've always wanted to be a model, but...
Do you want me to sing for you?
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Before I could even finish my sentence, Peyton started singing. And it was so bad, I could feel my eardrums cry. But despite that horrible singing, when Peyton asked me out that evening, I happily said yes. And when my sisters found out, they burned with rage.
Seriously? You think I won't know you're talking about me and Peyton? Guess your secret language doesn't make you cool enough to be with someone like him. So I'm just gonna ignore you.
Ignore us all you want, but you can't ignore the fact that Peyton is too good for you.
And you'll never be able to keep him happy. Say what you want. I'm late for my meeting with my super hot boyfriend.
It felt so good to rub it in their faces. The next few weeks were bliss. The news about me and Peyton being an item started, skyrocketed our reputation, and everyone wanted to sign us up. Life was perfect until my agent booked us for our Christmas ad. And this time, they wanted to use my whole family, including Zoe and Dana. I begged my agent not to go through with it, but she didn't give a rat's butt about it. The next day, when the photographers came, Zoe plopped her butt right next to Peyton, and I felt my insides explode every time Dana gave Zoe a look. Zoe whispered something in Peyton's ear, and they burst out laughing.
What? What's so funny? Tell me too.
Forget it. Your boring brain wouldn't get our yolks.
It's okay, Jess. I'll just tell you everything later.
And with that, Zoe whispered another joke to him. The photo turned out great, and did a fab job at making us look like a perfect family. As the photographer was packing up, I had some final paperwork to sign. When I looked up, Zoe and Peyton were nowhere to be found. I went to look for them outside when I found the two of them hugging.
You know you can tell me anything, right?
Thanks, Zoe. Feels like I can talk about anything with you. Thanks for being the perfect friend.
Excuse me. I thought I was your perfect friend.
Jess, that's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Did you even know that he has a sensitive throat? He can't sing anymore. Can you stop being so pushy? Jeez, poor Peyton is going through so much in life.
Oh, wow, really? Newsflash. He could never sing. He sang like a toad with a throat infection. You want to be friends so bad, then go ahead, but I'm done with all of you.
Jess, wait!
Just leave her. You're better off without her.
The next morning, my agent called me up and gave me the shock of my life.
The company we did the Christmas ad for loved Zoe and Peyton's flawless chemistry, and they want to go ahead with them. They want you off the project?
Are you kidding me? She's the worst model ever.
I'm really sorry, Jess.
I rushed to give Zoe a piece of my mind, but when I went to her room, Zoe and Dana were arguing over Peyton.
You shouldn't keep them all to yourself, okay? We decided I'll get a fair chance to impress Peyton too.
Really? Now? I don't think he's interested in anyone. I mean, look what happened to Jess. She's prettier than both of us combined, and he chose me over her. You don't stand a chance.
We'll just see about that. Just stay away from him till I ask him out on a date, okay?
But a few days later, at the success party of our Christmas ad campaign, Dana walked up to me asking if I'd seen Zoe, and the perfect idea struck me.
I think I saw her go upstairs in the study. Oh, Dana, I think she's with Peyton. If I were you, I'd let them be.
She's what? I'm gonna kill that witch.
Dana looked like a raging bull as she ran upstairs, and of course, I followed. She opened the door dramatically just as Zoe was about to kiss Peyton.
Get your filthy hands off him.
Oh my god, are you crazy? Get out.
Not before you tell me what's happening.
What do you think is happening? We're making out.
And then Dana jumped on Zoe, and the two broke out in a huge fight. But suddenly, Zoe lost her mind and somehow ended up smacking Peyton across the face. Peyton left angrily, and Zoe followed him while Dana ran and locked herself in the room. I celebrated with the team alone and managed to impress them so well, they gave me another individual project. That evening, as I went onto the porch to get some fresh air, I saw Dana sobbing silently.
I'm so sorry. I'm the worst sister in the world. Please forgive me.
You got a booger all over me.
Sorry, it's just that I've been awful to you all my life. I even tried to get in the way of your career and love life, and look where it landed me. My life's a mess.
No, it's not. Get a grip, girl. And why are you sorry now? Did you not think about the time you left me alone while you gossiped in Egyptian with Zoe? Your dumb secret language.
Oh, that was actually nothing. We just said some nonsense to piss you off. It was Zoe's idea.
So you're telling me there's no language at all? Man, you guys are evil.
Wait, Jess, I know we've been really bad to you, but how about we join forces and get some good old-fashioned revenge on Zoe? You know you want it, and God knows she deserves it.
And how am I supposed to trust you?
You have to take your chances, but I won't let you down, I promise.
I had to admit that sounded pretty tempting, but I wasn't a scary, spiteful person. Or maybe I was. Either way, I wanted Zoe to pay for butting into my life and stealing Peyton from me. So I agreed. The plan was simple. Every time Peyton and Zoe went out on a date, Dana and I would follow them and tip off the paparazzi to take the weirdest pictures, till one of them eventually got annoyed. It went on for days, till one day, Peyton got so fed up that he turned to one of the photographers with a snarl.
Come on, Peyton. How about a smile for the camera?
How about this instead?
Peyton punching the reporter and Zoe's smirking face was all over the papers and tabloids. He lost most of his contracts, and so did Zoe, since she only worked on his recommendation. Once their professional relationship was over, their personal one soon followed.
I can't get any work since that terrible night. Why couldn't you control yourself? It wasn't such a big deal.
Of course it's not a big deal to you. You like the attention. I don't.
What do you mean?
I mean that a small-time dumb model like you would want cameras to follow you everywhere. Wait a minute. Maybe it's you who keeps tipping them off.
This makes no sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Getting photographed with someone as famous as me would be a dream come true for someone like you.
Shut up, Peyton. You can't talk to Zoe like that.
Why are you jumping to her defense? Did you forget how she took over? Your life and your boyfriend?
Seems like she did me a favor there, because I can do a lot better than a boy bug-eating idiot like you. And so can Zoe. Now do us both a favor and get out before I knock your teeth in.
Peyton pouted and left, and Zoe turned to me.
Why did you do that? I clearly don't deserve your sympathy.
You're my sister, Zoe. The only person who can talk down to you is me, but I hope you learned a lesson.
I did, and I'm sorry. For everything, all the times I've been mean to you?
Yeah, we're sorry too. We're the ones who tipped off the paparazzi.
It's okay, I kinda deserved it.
A few days later, my agent told me that due to bad publicity, Peyton got dropped from his modeling agency. Zoe and Dana worked non-stop to get back into business, and I helped my sisters in every way I could, till they were eventually good enough to land their own gigs. Working together brought us closer. But I think the best part was when we got to go on vacation and just relax and do little things together, like chatting and even learning new languages.
Hi, I'm Michael from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. I was born to the kindest people you'll ever meet. My dad owned a giant tech company and we were wealthy. But my parents were always caring and generous and taught me to be the same. When I was in the first grade, my parents took me to an amusement park for my birthday, and as we were leaving, I suddenly spotted a boy crying behind a bench. I realized it was Ethan from my class. He was a giant bully, but I couldn't just leave him there. Just Hey, Ethan, are you lost? Let me help you. My parents and I searched for his parents all over the giant park and finally found them after 2 hours. It turned out that Ethan's dad was my dad's biggest business rival. His parents didn't even thank us and just took him away. Rude. I thought after what happened, maybe Ethan and I could be friends. But the next day at school, I was walking down the hallway when he suddenly pinned me against the wall.
If you tell anyone you saw me crying, I will deal with you. Do you get me?
I won't. But how about you stop being a jerk to me?
Why? I still don't like your face.
He pulled my bag and threw it across the hall, sending my things flying everywhere as he laughed and ran away. Things never got better. He kept being a jerk, and my revenge was beating him in both studies and sports. Everyone else at school really liked me, but I always tried to be kind and helpful. Once in 8th grade, I was helping our driver wash the cars when I noticed something heartbreaking at the gate. It was a girl my age, searching the trash for food. I walked up to her, but suddenly she dashed away like a cheetah. Wait, come back, I don't want to hurt you. But she was so fast I couldn't keep up. We have lots of food in the house, even cakes. I'll get you some. She stopped immediately, then slowly walked back to me.
Cakes!
So when I told my parents about her, they immediately invited her for lunch. Her name was Veronica, and she gobbled up her food like she hadn't eaten in weeks. Veronica started coming to our house every day after that. She never talked about her family. Whenever I asked, she got moody, so I dropped it. One day we were having lunch when we heard a loud knock on the door, and seconds later, a huge man barged into the dining room.
Veronica, it's time to go home.
Hey, I don't know who you are, but it looks like she doesn't want to go with you.
I'm her father, and I don't need your charity. Stay away from my child. Veronica, we're leaving now.
She crept out and he led her away. She didn't come again. My parents and I were really upset and contacted child services to try to track Veronica down. It turned out her father was a wanted criminal. He was arrested soon after and sent to jail, while Veronica ended up with some nice foster parents, who even enrolled her in my school. Hey, I'm really sorry about your dad.
It's okay. I don't really miss him. He wasn't very nice. He often forgot to get me food and made me leave school because he was on the run.
That's awful, but it's all in the past now.
Yeah, and I wanted to stay there. I don't ever want to talk about it again.
Pinky swear we won't talk about it again. I wanted to give Veronica a present for her first day at my school. So I asked my mom to take me to the mall and picked out a beautiful red sweater for her. I waited for her at the school gate. She was late, and I was beginning to panic. What if she decided she didn't want to go to school anymore? Thankfully, she showed up.
You thought I'd change my mind, right?
Yeah, you had me a bit worried. Here, I got you something.
Oh, it's so pretty. And red's my favorite color. Thank you.
She hugged me, and I felt a million butterflies in my stomach.
Whoa, who's this babe, and why are you hugging that cockroach, babe?
I was about to tell Ethan off, but Veronica spoke up first.
I don't know who you are, jerk, but don't talk to us again. Come on, Michael, let's go.
Veronica fit in easily and was making new friends in no time. I was a little jealous that I didn't have her all to myself, but I was glad she was enjoying school.
Guess what I did today? I joined the track team.
That's awesome. I'm sure you'll beat everyone. I'm still trying to catch my breath from the first time I chased you.
The secret to slowing me down is to say, hey, I got cakes. I'll probably stop running and follow that person.
Having Veronica around was a dream come true, and I was just falling more in love with her. One day after school, I was looking for Veronica when I found her in the hallway with Ethan. Hey, is he bothering you? Ethan, just back off.
Whoa, calm down. He's part of the track team, and we're going to an event together.
That's Ethan. He's been a jerk to me since we were kids.
But he's my teammate, Michael. And actually, he's not that bad.
Come on, Veronica, we're running out of time. Get it?
Veronica laughed out loud and walked away with him. What? It was a terrible joke, but from that day on, Ethan was always around Veronica, and it burned my heart. Veronica was so good on the track that she was winning medals in no time. She became really popular and was always hanging out with the cool kids now. But one night in the 10th grade, I was studying for a test when Veronica crept through my window.
Hey, Michael, I missed you.
Really? You bailed on our plans like 100 times.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So listen, Ethan took me out for a drive, and I completely forgot about this big math test tomorrow. Will you help me, please?
Okay, I'm studying right now, so pull up a chair.
Oh, not right now. I mean, can you help me during the test tomorrow?
You mean cheat? You know I never do that.
But I'm going to fail, Michael.
Yeah, well, that happens when you hang out with people like Ethan. Keep doing that and he'll ruin you.
If you can't help me, at least don't give me a lecture. Thanks for nothing. I'm sure Ethan will think of something.
And with that, she left. The next day, I spotted a shy girl in our class, passing cheat sheets to Veronica and Ethan during the test. That was Ethan's solution, bullying other kids to help them cheat. But just then, the teacher caught the girl and took her off to the principal. Moments later, Ethan and Veronica were called out too and then suspended for a week. I really hoped that Veronica had learned her lesson. But a week later, I found her and Ethan cornering the shy girl in the hallway.
You're supposed to be one of the smartest girls in class, so how come you're so stupid? You ratted us out to the principal. You know what we do to snitches.
And can you stop crying? You got snot on your face, and it's gross.
What the heck? Veronica was a bully. Veronica, what's wrong with you? Knock it off and leave her alone.
Mind your business, nerd.
I wasn't talking to you, jerk.
Well, you're talking to my fist now.
And then Ethan punched me. I tackled him to the ground, and we both wrestled like crazy until some teacher stopped us. For the first time ever, I landed in detention. Veronica tried to talk to me, but I just walked past her. I completely avoided her for the next few days. But then one evening, the police arrived at our house with some news about her dad. He was really sick and was being transferred to another city for treatment right away. He wanted to meet Veronica before he left. She wasn't answering my calls, so I went to her house. Her foster parents told me she was at Ethan's place for a party. Great. It was the last place I wanted to go. But I had to tell her. As I looked around for her, my heart suddenly dropped to my stomach. Veronica was in the corner with her arms around Ethan, and then she kissed him. Veronica, I need to talk to you. It's urgent.
What are you doing here, man? You're not welcome in my house.
It's not like I want to be here. Veronica, listen.
I'm going to call security.
Michael, can you please leave? I don't want you creating a scene in front of my friends.
She started walking away, and suddenly I felt a wave of rage. Is that all you care about now? I thought you'd like to know that your dad is sick, and he wants you to see him before he's shifted to another prison. The loud music suddenly died as I shouted, and everyone stared at us.
What, your dad's in prison?
You're some criminal's daughter?
Veronica burst into tears and ran out. Veronica, please stop. I'm sorry, She suddenly turned around and pushed me so hard that I fell to the ground.
It's the one thing I ever asked you, Michael. I said I never wanted to talk about my dad, and you decided to announce it?
I didn't mean to, but I had to tell you about him, and you wouldn't listen.
I think you can't stand that I have other friends, and you just wanted to ruin that. Do you think I should be eternally grateful to you and not have a life of my own because you saved me from a dumpster?
Veronica...
Just leave me alone.
The next day at school, everyone had heard about her dad, and her friends had dropped her like a dead fly. I tried sitting next to her at lunch, but she immediately walked away. But later that day, I saw Ethan and her holding hands, and she didn't look so sad anymore. I stayed away from them and tried to focus on schoolwork. Dad asked me to start coming into his office after school to learn more about our business, and I was happy to keep myself busy. Our tech company was launching new gadgets soon, and I was quite excited to be a part of it. But a few weeks later, I woke up to really loud voices downstairs. I went running and found my parents watching the news. I couldn't believe my eyes. Ethan's dad was on TV introducing a prototype of the gadget our company had been working on.
I just don't understand how our plans were leaked. My office is secure, and my home study is always locked. I just can't believe anyone working for me would betray me. This is terrible news. All our investors will be furious, and our company is going to take a huge hit.
And it did. The company suffered huge losses, and there was no way to prove the theft. I went to school a week after the whole disaster, and I couldn't bear to even look at Ethan. His dad was a crook. But later that day, I was going to sit on the bleachers when I spotted Veronica yelling at him.
How could you do this? You told me those files were about some small project Michael was working on, and you'd mess up the plans to embarrass him in front of his dad. You never said it was something that could bring his parents' company down.
Oh, okay. I lied. Boo-hoo. I didn't make you do anything. You got those files for me and then put them back, remember?
I was angry. I only wanted to humiliate Michael. You went too far, and I thought you loved me.
It's not my fault you're stupid. You really thought I loved you, daughter of a felon.
Veronica, you did this? I couldn't believe it. The girl I loved was responsible for our ruin.
Michael, please wait. He lied to me. I didn't know what he was doing. I just wanted to mess with you because I was upset. I never meant to hurt your parents.
Don't ever speak to me again. All I've done since I met you is love you, and you stabbed me in the back.
Wait, you love me?
Not anymore. Now I wish I'd never met you. The next few days at school, she didn't show up, and I didn't care. One day I was in my room when Mom came in.
Honey, we went to Veronica's foster home and they told us she ran away. I'm so sorry.
Whatever, good riddance.
Michael, that's unkind.
Mom, you still think she deserves kindness after what she did?
I'm sure she got manipulated by that boy. Remember, she had a rough past, and maybe she was just trying to fit in and be loved. I know what she did was awful, but she was a good girl, and I hope she's okay.
Mom's attitude made me feel ashamed of myself, and I soon started regretting the things I said. But I couldn't take it back because Veronica had vanished. In a shocking turn of events, an employee from Ethan's dad's company came forward with proof that the product had been stolen from us. They had to pay millions in damages, while his dad served time in prison. The family moved away and I never saw Ethan again. High school passed fast enough, and after graduating from university, I joined Dad's company and helped build it to newer heights. One day I was at a shopping mall when I caught sight of a girl who looked like Veronica. My heart was pounding as I ran after her, but by the time I got outside, she was nowhere to be seen.
Michael, is that you?
Oh my God, Veronica. I've always wondered what I'd do if I ever saw you again. I don't even know what to say, except that I'm so happy you're okay.
Michael, I thought of this meeting a million times too, and I really need to say that I'm so sorry. I was so stupid, and I knew even then that you'd never hurt me on purpose. But I ended up hurting you and your family so much. I left because I couldn't face you guys anymore. Please say you'll forgive me.
I hugged her and we sat on a bench and talked. After she ran away, she ended up in a foster home again and got adopted by some really nice people. I was so glad her life hadn't been miserable. As I loaded her groceries in her car, I spotted something in her back seat. It was the red sweater I'd given her in the 8th grade. Veronica, do you think I can call you sometime and ask you out on a date? I've wanted to since forever.
You can ask me right now, and my answer is yes.
Hey, I'm Anastasia. Please like and subscribe. Mummy, can you leave me a bedtime story?
Please, leave me alone. Go ask your dad.
Daddy, look, I was outside playing and stepped in the poop, see?
Oh, stay away from me.
My nanny looked after me, mostly because my parents were super busy with their careers, and she always called me Miss. So I thought my real name was Stay Away From Me. It wasn't until my first day of kindergarten that I found out I was wrong.
And what's your name, sweetie?
Stay away from me.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
Stay away from me. Next thing I knew, my parents and I were sitting in the principal's office. Sure, I got into trouble, but at least my parents used my name more after that. And when I was 4, something amazing happened. My sister Isabella was born and she was beautiful.
Oh, I have the most beautiful daughter anyone could ask for.
I was so bummed by what she said that I stuck my tongue out at her, but I got over it soon enough. I finally had someone to play with, or so I thought. You see, Mom didn't want me near Isabella.
Shoo, go away.
One night, when Isabella was tossing and turning and suddenly cried out loudly, I gently sang her a lullaby, and before long, she was sound asleep. T felt like the best big sister ever, but we never had a shot at getting close because of the way my parents treated us. They were less busy with work now and spent all their time fawning over Isabella and spoiling her while completely ignoring me.
You know what I see in the mirror? I see 2 beautiful girls with unlimited potential. Anna, how long have you been standing here?
I was here first, brushing my hair. You didn't even see me. They'd whisk Isabella off to the mall or spa, and one time they even took her to Paris while I was stuck with the neighbor and turned 9 cats. It bothered me a lot at first, but eventually I just kind of got used to it. But my parents were slowly turning Isabella into a monster who bullied them and threw a fit anytime she didn't get her way. She would try to boss me around too, but I mostly wouldn't give in, which didn't sit too well with her. Just like now, while I was eating spaghetti, she turned to me with a mysterious look.
Spaghetti and worms taste the same, don't you think?
What? My stomach churned when I looked on my plate, and sure enough, there were worms mixed together with my spaghetti. When I told my parents, They told me it was a harmless prank. Every time Isabella did something to me, they would make excuses for her and brush it off. The weekend before middle school, I bought this super cute outfit for my first day and I couldn't wait to put it on. But when I was getting ready, I couldn't find it anywhere. That is until I entered the kitchen and there sat Isabella in my outfit. Isabella, that's mine.
Hey, it looks better on me. I look like a doll.
I rushed over to Isabella and tried to pull my outfit off of her when Mom dragged me away.
Anna, what are you doing to your little sister?
I want her to take off my clothes.
Oh, is that what you want? You should have said it nicely.
And then she took a pen and drew all over the dress. Oh my god, you're such a psycho. Mom, aren't you going to say anything?
Yes, if you knew how to share your things, you could both enjoy them. But now look at what you made your sister do, Anna.
I could pull my hair out. There was no winning against this brat when she had some magic spell cast on my parents. As I grew older, I just avoided my family as much as I could and baited into the background. I decided to focus on what I loved best, singing, and I became quite good at it, but I only realized exactly how good I was when I was 16. 2 months before high school started, I'd taken up a small gig at a cafe to sing occasionally, and when I was done, a stunning lady approached me.
Hi, I'm Gigi. You have a beautiful voice. I'd like to sign you up as a singer.
What, you want me?
Yes, I could make you a star.
It was an offer I couldn't refuse. I gave Gigi my address, and when she arrived at my house later that evening, my parents were quite surprised, and Isa looked so jealous.
Why would you want to sign her up?
Because she's talented,
but her look
can be altered to look the part.
What do you mean, altered?
By the time my people are done with you, you won't even recognize yourself, kiddo.
The following week, I went to the studio with Gigi, and I felt like I was in a dream. And after rehearsals, Gigi's makeup artist took over, and she was right. I barely recognized myself. I looked amazing. When I got home, Mom looked shocked.
Oh my god, Anna, you look stunning.
My heart flipped with excitement. Did my mother just give me a compliment?
I was stunning as a chicken in a jumpsuit?
Later that week, Mom took me shopping. In fact, over the next 2 weeks, Mom and I spent a lot of time together. We went to spas, dinners, and we even spent a day in Paris. I'd picked up a few things there for Isabella, but when I went to give it to her, she dumped everything on my head.
You think you're better than me because of this music? Your days are numbered, witch.
Did my baby sister just threatened me? I was too busy to think too much about what Isabella said. I worked hard and released my first album. By the time I started high school, I was already famous.
OMG, her skin is flawless.
She's such an amazing singer.
I can carry your books around.
But life just had to give me lemons, and this lemon was Mandy, the meanest and richest girl in school. She transferred to our school the year before and was the most popular girl around. But clearly I dethroned her now because I had way more fans and social media followers than her, and she just couldn't handle it.
Others may have forgotten how ugly you really are, but I'll never forget, and I'll make sure the others don't either.
I tried to ignore her and just enjoy my newfound fame. But of course Mandy Andy did everything to ruin it. Just before the performance, I realized my instrument had vanished. It turned out she had hidden it. After rummaging through every corner in vain, I suddenly spotted a mysterious box. Curiosity got the better of me, so I opened it and was immediately startled by what lay inside. One day, while I was out shopping, I suddenly noticed Mandy and Isabella whispering something to each other. Mandy, what are you doing with my sister?
Mind your business, Anna. She's my friend and way better than you.
Isa, she can't be that nice. She's just trying to lure you. Come with me now. But Isa ran off with Mandy. Stay away from my sister Mandy. They're always inseparable. If they want to form an Anastasia hate club, fine, I'm busy preparing my first concert arranged by Gigi to boost album sales. On the night of the concert, my family came to support me and I was so excited. I grabbed the mic and stepped onto the stage confidently, and I was totally owning it. Everything was going great until someone from the crowd screamed and pointed at the chandelier above me, which was falling down. One of my guitar players rushed out to help me. Before I could even understand what had happened, Gigi had already taken me to the hospital for a checkup. But as I was leaving, I spotted Mandy's face in the crowd. I couldn't get rid of the thought that she had something to do with this incident. A few days later, I came across the opportunity of a lifetime. There was one spot open in the most prestigious music college, and they'd be visiting the school in 3 months to hold auditions. I just had to get that scholarship.
You can drool on that spot all you want, but it's mine.
Gosh, why was the world always putting Mandy and me against each other? She played the piano and she was good, like Beethoven good. I couldn't let her win this. I threw myself into practice after rehearsals with Gigi. I'd stay back in the studio and practice for my big day. One evening, as I was walking home after practice, I saw Mandy rummaging through a trash bin. Mandy is the richest girl in school. Why would she do that? I followed Mandy until she went into the bad part of town. The houses were small and shabby, and I watched as she entered one of them. What on earth? I needed to know what was happening, so I walked up to the door and was about to knock when I heard a familiar voice. Isabella.
I told you already, I'm done with this. I'm not doing your homework, shoplifting, or going out of my way to be your puppet.
Isabella was making Mandy do stuff. Feeling shocked, I pulled out my phone, opened the door by an inch, and started recording. What I heard next made my head spin.
You'll do as I say, or I'll spill your filthy little secret all over the internet.
I am so sick and tired of this. Tell everyone I don't care.
You, the oh-so-popular Mandy, not caring what people think. Are you really comfortable with people knowing that your father is rotting in jail for fraud, while you and your mother are left with nothing and living in this rat hole? I find that hard to believe, given how hard you've been trying to keep up appearances in school.
I've done everything you've asked me to do since you read my diary and discovered my secret. You made me tamper with the chandelier at Anna's concert. She could have gotten seriously hurt. I should have never agreed to do it. It's been giving me nightmares.
But if you don't do as I say, I'll tell everyone what you did. Oh yes, I recorded it, and then they'll go meet Daddy in jail.
Do your worst, Isabella. I don't care.
I watched in horror as Isabella picked up a bat and raised it at Mandy. I flung open the door and rushed up to Isabella. Did you completely lose your mind? What have I ever done to hurt you? How could my own sister hate me so much?
Well, because you overshadowed my life? You should have never been in the picture, and I'd do anything to bring you down.
Isabella lunged at me with a scream, but the commotion had attracted the attention of some neighbors who came running in and held Isabella. Someone called the police who took her away. I was still reeling with shock when Mandy turned to me.
You helped me. Why?
We may have our differences, but I couldn't let Isabella blackmail you or hurt you.
Thanks, Anna.
No problem. That's what friends are for.
Friends? Are we friends?
Maybe we could try. Crazier things have happened. My parents' world turned upside down when I showed them Isabella's video. They decided to get Isabella evaluated. We're told that Isabella had some problems. He was taken to a facility to get the help she needed. I've been pointing out Isabella's issues, but you've always just let them slide. If we'd gotten her help earlier, things might have been different.
Anna, we're sorry for not treating you both fairly.
We're starting to see how our actions have affected you both. We want to do better. Can you forgive us?
It's going to take some time, but maybe going to therapy together could help us improve as a family. Hearing this, my parents nodded their heads in agreement. At school, Mandy and I even smiled at each other. Finally, the day of the big audition for the scholarship arrived, and I saw Mandy backstage looking super nervous.
I don't think I can do this.
You can, and you will break a leg.
Thanks, you too.
Oh, I'm not auditioning. I thought I should give you a fair shot.
Oh, because you think you're better than me and I have no chance against you?
No, because I think you'll beat my butt and I'd rather not be humiliated, and you need this more than I do. I'll be cheering for you though. Mandy gave an amazing performance that received a standing ovation, and she on the spot. I learned that showing kindness to a rival can turn a bitter battle into an unexpected friendship. I was chilling on this flight to Paris, manifesting a romantic summer getaway, when suddenly the lights flickered.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're entering a bit of turbulence. Please return to your seat.
And then everyone started to panic. Some guy started confessing all his sins. And then, yep, we dropped. After about a violent shaking, miraculously, the engine started working again and we landed safely. I survived. Just barely. But somehow, this was bound to happen to me. Hi, I'm Mira, the unluckiest girl in the world. Do you want to know why? Like and subscribe to find out? Last time you saw me, Abby, the guy I secretly had a crush on, finally admitted that he liked me too. But right after that, the universe pulled a petty move. Abby got into a summer program in Paris, and we ended up 3,728 miles apart. We promised to keep in touch, but you know how that goes. Texts faded, calls dried up, and I spiraled. What if our summer fling never even got to fling? So I did what any wildly unhinged, overly dramatic teen would do. I booked a one-week trip to Paris with one mission to make us official. But here I was, fresh off a near-death flight, stuck in the crustiest transit airport known to man. I dragged myself to the end of a refund-demanding mob when suddenly the terminal exploded. Apparently a movie star had landed and his herd of rabid fans crashed through and body slammed me into the tile floor. He actually stopped horrified and knelt beside me like some chiseled, apologetic guardian angel.
Hey, I'm so sorry. My fans can get intense.
It's okay. Thank you. After that, he walked away while I just stood there, dazed. A few hours later, I too set foot in the heart of Paris. Ah, the city of love. Nothing could ruin this moment for me. Until I tried to check in at my hotel.
Your reservation is for June 14th.
I'm sorry. What? It's currently May. I bent down to check. What? June 14th. I had booked the wrong room. Damn it. And just like that, I was kicked out onto the street, dragging my luggage behind me, my dignity left back at the check-in counter. That's when a random guy sprinted past and snatched my suitcase. Instinct kicked in. Hey, that's mine! We started tug-of-warring right there until the suitcase gave up and snapped open. Men's underwear launched into the air, humiliating slow motion. My brain lagged behind the chaos, and then it hit me. This wasn't my suitcase! Where is my suitcase?
You pervert.
And then he bolted. This is the romantic Paris that I get. It was one of those moments where I completely crumbled. How long was I supposed to carry this bad luck like it was part of me? Fighting back tears, I shoved the underwear back in. That's when something caught my eye. A velvet box. Inside was a delicate necklace with a glinting 4-leaf clover charm and a note to the bearer of this charm. Luck will find you. Magic is real. I stared at it, heart pounding. Then without a word, I clasped it around my neck, quietly daring the universe to try me again. Just then, a scream pierced the air. People pointed upward. An orange cat dangled from a high-rise balcony, and then it slipped. Without thinking, I lunged forward, and the little furball landed right in my arms. Then cheers erupted all around me. People were actually calling me a hero. Then, a woman came running through the crowd. She scooped the cat and burst into tears.
Mon Dieu, tu as sauvé mon bébé.
Turns out, this cat owner was a fashion tycoon who owned half of Avenue Montaigne. Next thing I knew, she was whisking me away to her private car and insisting I come stay in her penthouse as a mercy. By that evening, I was standing on the balcony of a literal palace in the sky, staring at a view of the Eiffel Tower. Meanwhile, photos of me catching the cat had gone viral. Billboards all over Paris read, La fille la plus chanceuse, the luckiest girl. I stood there in disbelief. Maybe magic was real after all. The next morning, I got dressed for my first official date with Abby. Luckily, I had the entire closet of a fashion mogul waiting for me. I finally settled on something casual, cute, and stepped outside, only to find Paris was crying. I sighed and pulled up my umbrella. The second my foot hit the street, the clouds parted like someone hit pause on the weather. Looks like luck was on my side today. While everyone else desperately waved for a cab but was ignored, the moment I raised my hand, 4 taxis screeched to a halt right in front of me. All the drivers scrambled to be the one to take me.
C'est La Fille Chanceuse. I drive the famous Lucky Girl.
And it didn't stop there. Traffic was backed up for miles, but somehow every car cleared out just for us to zip through, and I actually got to the cafe early. Abby was already there. When our eyes met, he smiled. Just like that, all the chaos getting here felt worth it. We hugged, a little awkward, a lot of butterflies.
You made it.
Against all odds. Yeah. After coffee, we wandered through the streets, turning a corner straight into someone's wedding. No one seemed to mind. The bride saw me, smiled, and tossed the bouquet right into my arms. The whole crowd gasped and cheered. It felt like the universe was yelling, "These two belong together." A few blocks later, we stumbled on a carnival booth.
Le premier tour est gratuit pour la fille la plus chanceuse.
I gave the wheel a playful twirl, not expecting anything. It landed on gold.
Congratulations! You've won a private Sand River cruise for 2.
Really?
Wow, you're really lucky.
Merci, monsieur. That day, as the boat drifted along, I suddenly fell into Abby's arms. In that moment, our faces touched, and we shared our very first kiss just as a radiant rainbow stretched across the sky.
I'm really glad you came.
By the time we docked, someone had caught our rainbow kiss in a photo, and now it was already blowing up online. The luckiest girl strikes again. Paris falls in love with her love story. I should have been embarrassed, but honestly, I just held Abby's hand tighter. Everything felt exactly where it was supposed to be. I couldn't wait for our next date, but I ended up oversleeping. And halfway there, I realized I'd left the necklace behind. Too late to turn back now. Just then, the rain poured down. When I waved for a cab, they all sped past, ignoring me, and I had no choice but to run to the meeting point. 20 minutes later, I ended up in some forgotten corner of Paris, completely lost with 0 bars. When it finally came back, I had 10 missed calls from Abby.
Hey, where are you? I've been trying to call. I can't make it tonight. The dorm saw the photo of us yesterday and caught me out past curfew. I'm grounded until the end of the week. I'm so sorry.
I sank onto a bench, everything inside me sinking. After knowing what it felt like to be lucky, I couldn't go back, not when I still hadn't told Abby how I felt. From that moment on, the necklace never left my neck. It wasn't just a lucky charm anymore. I needed it as a part of me. Then came the last day, 8 hours until my flight. I had one shot with Abby, and I planned every second of it. I wore the dress Abby said brought out my eyes and slipped the sketch I drew of our river cruise moment into my bag. Then I'd meet him at the perfect spot right under the Eiffel Tower at exactly 8, 50, 7 p.m. I reached up to check the necklace one last time before stepping out. I was halfway across a bridge by the sign when footsteps thundered behind me. Before I could turn around, a hand yanked at my neck and the chain snapped. It was him, the thief who tried to steal my luggage. I broke into a run. The thief crashed full speed into a guy walking toward him. The guy stumbled, teetered back, and then he fell over the edge of the railing. I skidded to a stop. The man had fallen into the river. I froze. The thief was still running, my luck disappearing with every step. But in the water below, someone was drowning. My mind raced, but before I could finish the thought, I plunged down without hesitation and pulled him to shore. Thank God. Are you all right? You really scared me.
I'm shaken, but I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Is that true?
Yes, I'm okay now. I thought I wouldn't make it, but you saved me. Thank you, truly.
All of a sudden, the Eiffel Tower began to shine. Abby? I got up again and ran like the city was on fire behind me. I panicked and ran to the Eiffel Tower, but when I got there wasn't a single person around. He was gone, of course. I broke down, crying in the rain, when suddenly someone came from behind and held an umbrella over me. I turned around and saw Abby.
That's insane. I was gonna tell you tonight too how I felt, but everything kept going wrong. I missed my train, got caught in the rain, twisted my ankle, and dropped the flowers. I honestly thought I wouldn't make it.
We stood there, both shaking from the cold and everything else, and then finally I said it. I don't want to leave without telling you. I like you. Like, a lot. So will you be mine this time?
I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Yes, I'm yours. I love you.
I love you too, more than words can say. He stepped closer and pulled me in, and we kissed, and just like that, everything felt weightless. Hi, I'm Pomni and I live in Los Angeles with my celebrity mom. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. I never knew my dad, but I totally worshipped my mom. She was a famous singer, and with her sparkly clothes and gorgeous voice, she was perfect in my eyes. But growing up, she was always so busy she barely had time for me. When I was 10, I got selected to play the lead in the play. Mom promised that she would come, but I kept waiting and she never showed up. When I got home, I saw her relaxing on the sofa with a look of satisfaction. Mom? Mom didn't respond, which made me furious, and I shouted,
What's the matter with you, Pomni? Can you see I'm busy?
You missed this? Might play for a stupid spa session. How could you be so selfish? Mom.
You have no idea about the stress I'm under working on my new album to keep my millions of fans happy.
And how about keeping me happy? Ever thought about that? With that, I just ran up to my room and shut my door. Mom and I didn't speak to each other for days, and after that she left for yet another tour and didn't come back for 2 whole weeks. Over time, Mom and I just got more distant. She got busier with work and I got busier with school and theater. With time, I got better and started performing in local dramas. Things were fine, but then I turned 16 and everything changed. Mom told me she was leaving on a tour for a year and I was going to a boarding school, but I don't want to go. My whole life is here. Why are you doing this?
Pomni, please don't make this more difficult than it already is. You're going to a boarding school and that's final.
I kept arguing with Mom the whole night, but she didn't give a hoot, and 2 days later I was on a flight to my new school. Mom didn't even come to see me off, but by now I didn't care. From the moment I arrived, I hated the place. The walls were so gray, it made my eyes hurt, and the hallways looked something straight out of a horror movie. I was on my way to the class when suddenly a girl my age collapsed at my feet.
Oh my god, my head is so heavy, I feel like I'm going to throw up. Take me to the nurse, please.
But the girls started shivering like crazy, and I panicked and took her to the nurse. But she was so busy with someone else and just told me to take the girl to one of the treatment beds.
I'm here a lot since I suffer from fainting spells.
But you didn't faint, you just dropped at my feet.
Right? I mean, normally I feed a lot, but today I just have a broken sneaker knock bone. Okay, fine, I'm just trying to get out of class. Please don't tell anyone. You can stay with me in this class too. I'll cover for you. I'm Ragatha.
Pomni. Ragatha and I got talking and instantly connected over our hatred for the boarding school. Incidentally, she was also my roommate and the biggest troublemaker around. She was always sneaking out, bunking classes. This one time, Ragatha dropped fart bombs in the class and everyone went into a frenzy. Obviously, she got busted and threw a tantrum.
I was trying to hide my farts with that bomb. I have a very weak stomach and I fart a lot. You know, kids can get really mean about these things. You want me to get bullied? What if I start taking drugs? What if I die?
And then Ragatha dropped like a family to the ground, and the teacher ended up apologizing to her instead. Being with Ragatha was fun, and slowly, I started liking my life in school. Until one day, I was on stage reciting a Shakespeare sonnet for school play when I saw Mom walking in. I was so shocked to see her, I forgot all my lines and went backstage in panic. But I tripped on the stairs, and the next thing I knew, I was in the hospital with Mom and Ragatha sitting next to me.
I'm a horrible mother. I shouldn't have come and upset Pomni like that.
It's my fault I called you here so we could finally tell Pomni the truth, but I guess we messed
messed up big time. Mom.
What?
When did you wake up?
Around the same time you called my mom.
Your mom? I didn't say mom, I said bomb because your mom's the bomb.
Shut up. I might have hit my head, but I'm not stupid. Now tell me, why did you call her mom?
It's okay, Ragatha. I think it's time. Pomni, sweetie. Ragatha is your twin sister.
Mom told me how years ago she was in a horrible marriage with my biological father, and she had no choice but to run away from home. But after a week, she found out she was pregnant with twins she couldn't afford to raise 2 kids to. She gave Ragatha up for adoption.
I ran away to LA and met this music producer who helped me out. When I got successful, I tried looking for Ragatha, but I couldn't track her down.
My adoptive dad's witchy girlfriend wanted me out of the house, so he enrolled me in this boarding school. But last week, Dad finally told me about my biological mom. I got in touch with Mom and asked her if she'd want to meet me.
And you chose to meet her here. Mom, you didn't think what would happen if I found out.
I thought it would be nice to introduce you to your twin sister.
Mom, you paid 0 attention to me all my life, and then you show up here on a announced and tell me I have a twin sister. What part of this is nice? And Ragatha, you knew I was your sister and didn't say a word to me. Why?
Mom asked me not to.
And you listened to her? The woman who abandoned you? This is crazy. Just leave both of you. Mom and Ragatha left and I just sat in my bed feeling totally betrayed. Back in school, I just avoided Ragatha like the plague, even though she tried talking to me a million times. Soon it was time for spring break and I was packing my stuff when Ragatha walked in.
Are you done? The drivers? Who to pick us up?
What do you mean I'm going home?
My dad is traveling for business, so Mom invited me to stay at your place. I know you hate the idea, but I've waited all my life to have a family. Please just let me have this one spring break. I promise I won't butt in your life ever again.
I wanted to say no, but Ragatha looked like she would break in a million pieces, so I decided to look the other way. It would be good for Ragatha to discover what a terrible mom we had, but I was totally wrong. Mom was so excited to have Ragatha around. She took a break from work, made us breakfast, took us out on shopping sprees. She even threw a homecoming party for Ragatha. Mom had never paid me so much attention. Soon after, spring break ended, and it was time to get back to school. But a day before we had to leave, Mom gave me yet another surprise.
So I've spoken to your dad, Ragatha, and we have decided that it's best you girls stay in your home. No more boarding school for you guys. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, Mom, that's great.
It sucks, Mom. I begged you not to send me to that dreaded school, and you didn't listen to me. But now that you have your new daughter, you want her to stay near you?
I want both my daughters to stay close to me. I've missed out on so much already, and I just want to make up for the lost time.
Yeah, right. You'll just end up disappointing Ragatha, like you've always disappointed me. With that, I just left, and the next day, Mom enrolled us in a school nearby. I just wanted to stay away from home as much as possible, so I decided to join the drama club in my new school. On my first day, we were asked to perform a dialogue from Romeo and Juliet, and I got paired up with this dreamboat of a boy, Jack.
Oh my Juliet, don't you come down. I want to see your pretty face and your beautiful sparkling eyes.
Go on.
It's your line.
Sure. Oh, Jack, I mean Romeo, you are the light of my life. Your face is so perfect, like a sculpted statue. And those are so strong. Do you work out a lot?
I do, but I don't think that's what we were talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
The play, are you okay? You're not blinking.
I'm fine. I'm just getting into character. You know, Juliet and all. I'm weird. Sorry. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you. I ran in the other direction, feeling totally embarrassed. A minute later, Jack came behind me. The two of us started talking, and by the end of the day, Jack asked me out on a date. I had the best time with Jack that evening. He was fun, cute. Pretty soon I found myself pouring my heart out to him, telling him everything about my family and Ragatha.
It sounds tough. I grew up without a family too. I mean, I had my dad, but he was hardly around, so I get where you're coming from.
Thanks for listening. Ruined the date, haven't I?
Maybe there's still time to turn things around.
And with that, Jack leaned in and kissed me, and I kissed him back. We went on a few more dates. Every night he'd come over and I'd sneak out with him. We'd go for drives, parties, walks, and it helped me keep my mind off things at home. One evening, Jack invited me to this party at his cousin's place. It was a little out of town, so he told me we'd be staying the night. When I was about to run away, Ragatha walked in.
Where are you going to hang out with your hippie boyfriend? I know you've been sneaking out to spend time with Jack, but Pomni, I just don't think he's right for you. I heard he's always skipping school and his grades are trash, and just last week he almost got arrested for stealing cars.
Those are baseless rumors and you're one to talk. Have you completely forgotten what a mess you were in school? Besides, you should be happy. I'm out of your hair so you can spend more time with Mom.
I'm just trying to reconnect with my family.
And look how great that's going. Now, I'm getting late, so go back to your room and stay out of my life. I took a cab and went straight to the location Jack had sent, but when I reached reached the place, it was totally dark and there was no one around. I walked up to the cabin and knocked, but no one answered, and seconds later someone tapped on my shoulder. I turned around and saw two big men staring at me, and Jack was right behind them. What's happening and who are you?
Oh, don't worry, sugar. We'll only keep you here till your mom comes and rescues you.
Rescue me from what? Jack, what is this?
I'm so sorry, Pomni. I owe these people a lot of money, and since my dad won't give me any, I had no choice but to kidnap you. Just do what they're saying and we'll all be safe, I promise you.
Are you out of your mind? I trusted you. You were my boyfriend. Oh my god, this is such a mess. Help!
Don't bother. There's no one around.
Please, Pomni, just sit tight and hear me out.
I quickly managed to escape before the guy got any closer, but the man in black chased after me right after that. As he got closer, suddenly a vase flew out of nowhere and hit him on the head. He fell backwards and I saw Ragatha jump in with a baseball bat. Jack saw everything and rushed out the cabin. He was stopped by Mom and a bunch of policemen as they handcuffed and dragged Jack and the two guys away. Mom came running and hugged me tight.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Thank God I saw you getting into that cabin, noted down its number. He's the one who told me about this place. Don't you dare do something like this again, Pomni.
I'm so sorry, Ragatha. I was so mad watching you and Mom together. It just made me jealous and crazy, and I just couldn't think straight. I thought you guys didn't care about me since you had each other.
It's my fault. I wasn't there when you needed me, Pommy, and I will never forgive myself for that. But I'm here now, not just for Ragatha, but for both of you. So please, give me another chance.
I'm sorry too. I should have been there for you as a friend before anything else. But I was so happy to have found Mom. I ignored how you must have felt.
Hey, at least we're all here and together, and that's all that matters. How about we start with the clean slate? You spoke my mind. Even though the past holds many wounds, only love, sharing, and forgiveness can heal a family and bring true happiness.
Hi, I'm Kate from New York, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. I was born to the CEOs of a multi-million-dollar aerospace company. I grew up with everything a kid could want, and then some. But I was practically raised by my nannies. Since my parents were always busy, they tried to make time for me. But I didn't really have their attention, and I craved it. I think that's why I was in such a hurry to start talking. I was forming my first words when I was only 1, and by the time I was 2, I could speak short sentences. And once I started talking properly, a rocket couldn't have stopped me.
How was your first day of school, honey?
Oh, it was so good. I felt kind of scared. But then the teacher with the black hair and the green eyes and the big ears came and took me to class. And my classroom is so nice and it's all yellow and there was 21. No, 20 kids. And they're all my friends. That's because I gave them all markers. And my first class was about alphabets, and it was boring. And then I saw a boy's butt crack, and I started laughing at it, and the teacher looked mad. But then...
Sweetie, that's lovely. Why don't you just eat your food?
Now I was at the best part, Daddy. Now I have to start again. Okay, so my first day of school. I just had this need to interact with people. I chatted to strangers in the park, at the grocery store, at the cinema. When my friends came over for playdates, I had tried to make them stay as long as I possibly could. But you haven't seen our basement yet. It's really cool, and I think it's haunted. And you still haven't met my imaginary friends. Okay, how about I show you my magic tricks? I even talked to people in my sleep. My parents found me exhausting, and soon my teachers started complaining about my disruptive behavior in class. I was tested for ADHD, but there wasn't anything wrong with me.
She's very bright and just seeks attention a little more than other kids. It's not uncommon in an only child, and she'll grow out of it. Do you spend quality time with her?
Well, we try.
But we're very, very busy.
The doctor recommended some activities we could do together every day, but of course my parents couldn't keep up. Then one day, when I was 8, my whole life changed. I got home from school to find my parents in the living room with a beautiful older girl who didn't look very happy.
Kate, we have some exciting news. Come meet Lola. She's 11 and she's your new sister.
She's my sister? But I didn't see your tummy growing. Mom, where does she come from? Why is she so big? Why is her hair red? What?
Honey, she's our employee's daughter and we've adopted her. I'll explain to you later what that means. Why don't you say hello and show her to her room?
Lola still hadn't spoken a word, but I talked nonstop as I took her hand and led her away. And then she shut my mouth with a huge ice cream. She didn't even come down for dinner later. My parents said she just needed time to adjust and I should give her space. I tried really hard, but I just couldn't fall asleep and crept into her room. I quietly opened the door and found her sitting next to a carton, crying. Lola, what's wrong?
Nothing. I was just looking at some old things and it made me sad.
Ooh, space boots.
My dad got them for me when I was your age. I always wanted to be an astronaut.
Well, you should. It'll be so cool.
Yeah, but my dad won't be there to see me become one.
As the tears rolled down her cheeks, I suddenly hugged her tight and she didn't push me away. I'll be there to see you take off on a rocket. I'll always be there for you, Lola. Lola smiled, then suddenly hopped onto the armchair and held out a hand to me.
Want to take a closer look at the Milky Way? Welcome aboard the North Star Express.
We imagined flying through the universe, dodging meteors and alien spaceships, and it was the best night of my life. And I quickly grew to love Lola. She had long red hair that she let me braid as much as I wanted. She'd play with me whenever I asked, even if she was in the middle of something. And soon, I became as obsessed with everything space-related as she was. Lola was an excellent student too, and she helped me with my studies. But my teacher still complained about my behavior, and Lola had a solution for that too.
I used to get really scared of making speeches in class, so my dad showed me a trick. I'd hold on to a penny so I could channel all my fear into it. It totally works. So whenever you feel the urge to talk during lessons, just hold on to this and channel all your energy into it and save all your stories for me.
My parents were so proud of my progress, and they adored Lola. Life seemed perfect. But then Lola started high school, and everything started changing. She cut her beautiful hair short and changed her wardrobe. And when I asked her to do something with me, she always had an excuse.
I have a club meeting after school. I'm meeting up with a couple of friends. I have a paper to finish. Sorry.
On the weekends, she started interning at my parents' company, and we spent no time together. But the perfect opportunity came on my 13th birthday, when my parents gifted me tickets to an amazing space park, and even arranged a hotel stay for me and Lola. I'd barely seen her at home lately, so the next day at school, I ran over to her at recess. Hey Lola, guess what we're doing on my birthday? We're going to Space World, and we'll have the whole weekend to ourselves. Woohoo!
This weekend? I completely forgot it was your birthday. I am going to a concert with my friends.
What do you mean? It's my birthday. Birthday.
Well, we can do it another weekend.
But how could you forget? If you won't come to Space World, then at least take me to the concert with you.
No way! No toddlers allowed!
Of course I'm not bringing her.
We always spend our birthdays together. Lola, what's wrong with you? You've changed so much. And now...
Will you stop being a baby? The universe doesn't revolve around you. I have a life and it doesn't have to include you all the time. Why can't you make friends of your own? You're being annoying.
Lola had never spoken to me that way before, and I ran off before she could see my tears. I hid in the janitor's closet and was crying my eyes out when suddenly I jumped out of my skin. A boy from my class, Jamie, was sitting on a bucket and casually eating his lunch. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
I'm crying. Can't you see?
I'm eating a sandwich, can't you see? Do you want one?
This is really not a good sandwich.
Oh, I know that. And I have to eat 2 every day. My sister never eats her lunch because she hates it. And I don't want to hurt Mom's feelings.
But why are you hiding in the closet? Aren't you one of the cool skateboarding kids?
Yeah, but I like being alone sometimes. I have 3 older sisters, and the youngest one who practically lives in my room. She's so annoying.
My house is almost empty, and my sister's too busy for me. She's like you. I guess she finds me annoying now.
Yeah. So how about you back off a bit? And dude, your house sounds like heaven.
Jamie and I became friends that day, and soon I started inviting him over. We play video games and have catching fish matches. He even taught me how to skate. And maybe he was right. I just needed to give Lola some space to fix things between us, except they got so much worse. Over a few months, Lola changed into this person I no longer recognized. She suddenly ended the internship, saying she didn't want to work at my parents' company anymore. One day, I walked past her room to see that she'd torn down her Neil Armstrong poster and replaced it with Justin Bieber. She was never home for dinner because she was out with her friends, and even her grades began to suffer. Late one night in 9th grade, when my parents were away, I woke up to some sound and spotted Lola outside in the garden, kissing a strange boy. I sneaked out to get a closer look, but then they both climbed onto his bike and left. I hopped onto my skateboard and rode fast to keep up. And to my surprise, they ended up outside my parents' company, and then started putting on ski masks and gloves.
We don't have a lot of time. The security guards will be coming by in an hour. I'll get you into the system, and you have to make sure the software is completely wrecked. Okay?
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Just checking. It'll only take me 30 minutes, babe.
Hold it! What do you think you're doing, Lola?
Kate, did you follow me here?
Yeah, and good thing I did. Are you insane? Why are you planning on wrecking our parents' software?
Your parents are not my parents, and there are things you won't understand.
I'm not a kid anymore, so try me.
You wouldn't believe me if I did, but trust me, your parents deserve this.
After adopting you and raising you as their own kid?
They only adopted me to be your companion. They were too busy to deal with you themselves, so they dumped you on me.
That's what I am. A burden you got dumped with. I thought I was your sister, and you've been my everything. I've always looked up to you, and now I don't even know who you are.
I didn't ask you to make me your role model, and you're right. You don't know me, and you don't even know your parents.
What do you mean? Please, Lola, let's just go home and talk, okay? I'm not letting you into that building anyway. I'll call security myself this minute if you try. Lola looked furious, then took her boyfriend's hand and left with him. Feeling shaken, I was riding back on my skateboard when I missed a speed bump and went flying. My head hit the ground and everything went black. When I woke up, I was in the hospital with my parents, Lola and Jamie in the room.
Oh, thank God you're finally awake.
We still can't believe that you went out riding alone so late at night. If Lola hadn't found you.
I looked over at Lola, sitting with her head hanging, and then she quietly left. I was discharged soon from the hospital, and I knew I just had to talk to Lola soon. But the next morning, when I went to her room, she was gone. My parents reported her missing to the police, and they searched high and low, but it seemed like she just vanished. Mom, Dad, why do you think she was so mad at you guys? You must have some idea.
Sweetheart, we don't know really.
We'll find her, and whatever it is, we'll fix it.
But months went by with no news, and I almost gave up hope. I even shut out Jamie, and my grades were falling rapidly. I just wanted to know if my sister was okay. One rainy day, I was walking out of a coffee shop when I spotted a girl with red hair getting onto a bus, and she turned her face just a little. Lola! I started running after the bus, calling her name, but it just kept going faster. Suddenly, I slipped on a puddle and landed on the pavement. I looked up to see the bus getting smaller in the distance, and my heart broke all over again. Just then, someone helped me up. It was Jamie. He pulled me into a hug and I cried like a baby.
The girl on the bus that wasn't Lola. I got off that same bus and I saw her too. It wasn't her.
Do you think Lola's okay?
Yeah, I think so. She's almost a grown-up, Kate. You can't find her because she doesn't want to be found yet. Till then, you can have all 4 of my sisters.
I started hanging out with Jamie again, and slowly, I started getting better. By the time we graduated high school, we'd started dating. I began my degree in astrophysics because I still wanted to be an astronaut, just like Lola and I had dreamt. My parents asked me to visit them one weekend at their office. And when I entered, I was completely shocked to see Lola inside. She looked thinner, but as beautiful as always.
Kate, we were waiting for you to start. Lola is here because she's suing our company.
What? Why?
Because your parents are responsible for what happened to my dad.
What?
When I started working as an intern here, I wanted to know more about Dad's accident at work. I looked into his records and realized that he'd been working 80 hours a week. Sometimes he'd work both day and night shifts. I'd hardly see him at home. Because you guys worked him so hard, you caused his heart attack.
Lola, he never mentioned any medical condition in his records, and he requested to work overtime for extra money. It was his choice.
But it's way beyond the legal limit, and you should have never allowed it.
My parents stepped out of the room with their lawyer while my head was still spinning. When they returned moments later, my dad spoke.
We don't want to fight our daughter, and you're right, Lola. We never should have allowed that. We didn't realize the toll it might take on him. We'll pay whatever damages you've demanded with our deepest apologies. And we can't replace your dad, but you will always have a family to come to if you want it.
Lola teared up and left the room wordlessly, and I followed. No! You don't get to do that again. You're gonna leave without even speaking to me? If only you talked before.
I was so angry. I felt rage every time I thought about my dad and the life I never got to have with him. I don't want your parents' money. I just wanted to make them suffer. But I can see I've already done that. Maybe it was nobody's fault.
Just come home, please.
I can't, but I'll make plans to see you in a few days. I promise.
And she kept her word when she met me at a cafe a week later with a beautiful red-haired baby. Is this your daughter? Lola then told me that she'd moved to another town with her boyfriend, who she was still happily with, and she'd put herself through community college to study engineering, and had also been working on the side.
I was so driven to save up for a lawyer to fight your parents, and I've caused everyone so much pain. Most of all you. I am so sorry.
You were in pain yourself, Lola. Just come back and be an astronaut with me.
I don't think that's my dream anymore, Kate. It hasn't been for a while. But I'm so proud that you're pursuing yours, and I'll be there to see you take off on a rocket, and I'll always be a part of your life.